Wagwan pussies, greetings gimps, wagwan pussies, greetings gimps, wagwan. Friends, hello and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about what I would deem as an embarrassing week in the skateboarding scene. First off, we've got Lakai firing Louise Mora, firing the whole team. You could literally trade for Toro these days and still get fired from your shoe company that year. Also, we've got to go over the whole Nigel Houston, Chris Jocelyn and Dylan J. They're on stake now, one of the most toxic gambling companies, not just in the US, but in the entire world. They have done so much shit. It's real, and the fact that Nigel has so much.
Could show me the tangled mess that you live in. Would I change in every way?
Nice to meet you. I'm an artist.
Don't know how you stay the same.
I've officially been let go from Lakai by Mark Roca, and I got my 30-day notice in the beginning of June, and now my time with Lakai has come to an end. Also informed that our general manager, Ivan Moreno, the wholesale department, and the entire skate team would be removed at the end of the month.
Okay, so what is this? He made this 9 days ago. This was June. Chris Jocelyn was just in X Games. He's rocking Lakai shoes. He's rocking a Lakai shirt. Here's Chris Jocelyn in his garage in front of his very own cable machine, wearing gigantic acid wash jorts and a pink studded belt. Two articles of clothing that are intended to be worn by individuals that are the age of his children. However, the reason that I'm bringing this screenshot up is because he posted this on July 5th, and he's holding a Lakai shoe. This video is basically a Lakai ad. More info on this topic later. Everyone's taking what Luis Mora says in this video and they're just believing him 100%. Look at his eyeballs in this video. Look at his eyes. And he's confused as to why he's fired. Maybe close your eyelids a little bit and stop fucking terrifying everybody. As a YouTuber myself, I can tell you firsthand, the best possible thing that can happen to a YouTuber is to be a victim. If you've been wronged in some way and then you can make a YouTube video about it and then everyone feels sorry for you and there's infinite sympathy for the next 6 months, that is the strongest possible position. Understand that they have incredibly strong incentive to be as betrayed as possible. And he's gonna go on Instagram and he's gonna write shit like, oh my God, look, this is who everybody's fawning over. Just random fucking guy. And so everyone's like, this guy was supposed to save a dead brand. Well, more time for skating now. Shut the fuck. Nine. Look at this fucking low tier scrub. He's got pants with an angel on them. Like, this is the t-shirt of somebody that you're standing in behind at the big gulp machine because you're having the worst day of your fucking life. So you need a big gulp. Are we gonna call him, are we gonna give him a Trump nickname? Luis Moron?
And the entire skate team would be removed at the end of the month. Every skater in the company has now been removed or is now in the process of trying to be removed from Lakai.
When you make these videos like this, you need to kind of be specific with your words because you're creating this gigantic spectacle and you are the only mouthpiece of this weird, like, zombified skate brand that for some reason you tried to resuscitate because you're a fool. Your fool's errand yielded a fool's conclusion.
We had stabilized the company.
We stabilized the company.
Fixing the cash flow.
Fixing the cash flow.
Addressing any outstanding issues.
Every problem apparently with Lakai was solved. Here's a problem. Fully Flared came out 20 years ago. None of the people who made Lakai have anything to do with the fucking brand anymore. And your idea of solving that issue was to be like, okay, here's a Bastian Salabanzi video part. And it begs the question, the way that he explains this video, right? Begs the question, if everything was perfect and everything was solved, why did he get fired?
Rebuilding our relationships with the customers and the shop.
Look at this little fucker. Dude, you guys don't understand. Literally, I did everything right and saved the company, and then they fired me. Isn't it so unfair? Oh, yeah, I totally believe you, dude.
shops, we had our whole plan ready for the remainder of the year. The team was excited about the direction we were taking with Lakai. We had so many good projects in the works, including street parts from every member on the team. They were almost done.
They were almost done. I swear, if they didn't fire me for another 2 weeks, literally, Lakai would be the biggest shoe brand in the world.
Under my agreement, I was vesting towards 22% of Lakai. There are currently open questions regarding these arrangements, and I am unable to make any further comment due to any legal considerations. Mark made the decision to liquidate inventory through multiple channels, including the manufacturing factory that
My favorite part of the video.
to liquidate inventory through multiple channels, including the manufacturing factory that produced the product.
Greetings, inhabitants of the universe. It has come to my attention that the level of intelligence on the planet known as Earth has reached an alarming level. The human species is fucking stupid.
Yes, we hate humans, they're dumb.
Oh, really? Then watch this.
Including the manufacturing factory that produced the product.
Did he just say the manufacturing factory that produces the product? Mm-hmm. Oh my lord, fuck!
Wow, what a sentence.
The rest of the team and I were not made aware of the full details or timing until a
Bye
Bye
Lakai!
sale
Bye
appeared,
Lakai!
which offered shoes for $35.
Yes,
No
yes.
one wanted to damage the brand. The impact had already occurred as a result of the decision made, and it was completely unfair to the shops. This creates a significant challenge for skate shops and distributors who support the brand and bought wholesale stock at prices higher than the $35 sale. It's sad to see this happen after all the effort and trust so many people invested in trying to push the company forward. Even after this statement, I hope that people continue to support the skate shops by buying their existing Lakai stock.
What Luis is explaining here, and the way that he's framing it, is the decision that Mark Roca made, right, to liquidate all of the stock and do a bye-bye Lakai sale. Bye-bye Lakai. Do a bye-bye Lakai sale. Again, for this bye-bye Lakai sale should have happened 10 years ago. There's literally no reason for this brand to exist. It serves no purpose in skate culture whatsoever. It's just like another corpse of a fucking bygone era haunting this media landscape. This fucking guy's like, I can fix this.
Please kill me.
It's okay. All you need is a Roman Hager and a Bastian Salabonzi video part, and you'll start feeling a lot better, I promise. No, please. I want to die. Hager's a good skater. He's a good young skater. I pray for a swift exit from the clutches of Luis Mora. He's fully sponsored by Luis Mora brands right now, which is or what we like to call in the industry a death sentence. What he's doing here is he is shifting all of the blame onto this Mark Roca guy, because Luis, from his own description, he convinced skate shops to buy Lakai, and he convinced skate shops to take a chance based on what he told them. And if you think about the chain of trust that happens here, okay, on the outermost layer, we have the shops, whichever, I don't know how many shops Lakai was in. I haven't been to a skate shop that had Lakai in them in a long, long time. I only go to real skate shops. Outermost layer, skate shops. Who are they speaking to? According to Luis's description, they were speaking to him. So, and then who was Luis in business with? Right? He was in business with a guy called Mark Roca. So I actually found this interview with Mark Roca where he talks about Lakai, and based off what he says, you know, I got to be fair to Luis, I could actually understand why he'd want to get in business with this dude.
Welcome to the Global from Asia podcast, where the daunting process of running an international business is broken down into straight up actionable advice. And now, your host, Michael Michelini.
Okay, everybody. We bring Mark Roca, who is also at a time the CEO of.
Lakai, yes, I am the CEO of Lakai.
Okay.
I buy Lakai because I am, of course, a massive skateboarding fan. I skateboarding since I was 3 years old. I love Lakai. It's my favorite brand. I love Fully Flared. I also love even later De Flare from Lakai. Have nothing but the utmost respect for Mike Carroll and Rick Howard.
Perfect.
And I'm hoping that with through my acquisition, I can restore the brand Lakai to its former glory. Thank you. Oh, wait, no. That was me pretending to be Mark Roca. Actually, I got them confused and I edited this wrong. Here's actual Mark Roca talking.
When you start a business, you need to define the exit strategy and have it written down.
That is true.
Because then, as we said, there's emotions, and some of the partners say some they've worked more than others, and then some don't agree, and then, it's complicated.
Yeah.
So for the listeners, if you're starting a business with a partner, make sure you have the exit strategy clear. Private equity.
Okay, great.
Luis Mora, in his infinite wisdom, decided to trust this guy. His firm is called like hardrockcapitalgroup.com.evil.fuckyou.org. Like, that's his website. And Luis is like, yeah, this all looks pretty good to me. Because he's a moron, now he's roped these skate shops into believing in this guy too. And then the most predictable fucking thing happened, which is a private equity businessman psycho did what he would do with the brand and blew it up. If what Luis is saying is true, right? Lakai was actually on the brink of becoming a sustainable and profitable business. Do we think this guy would have done what he did? Probably not. I think this dude's only interest is making money. This comment right here distills the popular narrative around this incident exceptionally well. And it reads, the fact you are expressing concern for the vendors who are sitting on Lakai merch right now shows how good of a human being you are, Luis. Keep doing you, brother. Luis Mora is wrong, and he is illustrating himself as a victim here, but his incompetence has actually led more innocent people than he to lose money. Luis is very, very much at fault here. Mark Roca's just some random fucking business private equity dude. Luis is actually supposed to be a skateboarder who works within skateboarding. He was the only reason anybody in skateboarding took a chance on Lakai to begin with. It's 100% his fault that these shops lost money because he staked his reputation and took a gamble on a guy where if you research him for 5 seconds in an interview, he goes, yes, if you go into business and make sure that you have a plan to fuck everyone and make sure you do this. And Luis is like, oh my God, guys, I can't believe I've been betrayed. Make sure, even though I'm not involved anymore, you still support the shops. Who fucking trusted me? Why aren't you apologizing? Apologize to them. Luis was the only reason I cared about Lakai. Without him, the company is dead. Company's been dead. Let's look at the creative mind behind saving Lakai. This is the stuff that he makes. His skateboard brand is literally called Aura. It would be like making a company called Skibbity Skateboards. Just whatever viral trending word is happening, you're like, oh yeah, let me make that the basis and the crux of my brand.
Everybody's girl. What's the point in being everybody's girl? Maybe you think that way, there's no chance getting hurt. Living for no one costs me way more than it's worth.
It's quite literally the opposite of what a skateboarding brand is supposed to be, which is something that provides a fresh and unique perspective. If your vision for a brand is what is already popular, you have no vision and your brand shouldn't fucking exist. Chrome tramp stamp with the word erased in a font from DeFont, like the most banal, artistically bankrupt, pointless assembly of words and images. It's these sorts of things that I think are truly, truly bad for skateboarding, because they slowly poison the ethos of skateboarding over time. Like, these guys like Luis Mora are fucking normies, and they have zero business being in positions of creative control in an industry that historically has created iconic cutting edge brands that'll have, you know, you go on Depop, you look up like a vintage Toy Machine shirt or something, and it's gonna be cool as fuck. Nothing that this guy makes will stand the test of time. Everything that he does is a product of the current millisecond. That's all that this is a bunch of trending things jumbled up, squished together with zero acknowledgement or thought of whether that combination will make sense. There's no statement, there's no intent, there is nothing of value here. Zero. It is beyond shit. At least with things that are bad, they're like kind of like, oh wow, well, you know, this fucking sucked or whatever, but it was maybe at least original. Being bad and original is better than being a neutral milkworm copy. Like, this is indistinguishable from any e-commerce horseshit on the internet. It does not belong in skateboarding. For all of the talk, right, about how bad that Violet video was, and I agree that it was bad, I would 1000% take something like that, suck as it may have, because it tried and it failed, but it failed in its own way, and it was a remarkable failure. I would every single day choose to fail the way that Bill failed than make products and videos that do nothing, that look like they belong in a fucking Zoomies or a Spencer's or a whatever the fuck. This stuff makes me not believe in the free market.
I'm not looking for anything. I just wanted to share my side of the story and provide some clarity for the skaters, supporters, the retailers, and anyone who genuinely cares about Lakai. Thank you to everyone who has supported Lakai and supported us along the way. I'm sorry, I really wish I could say more, but I need to be cautious and stay out of legal trouble. I just want to say I appreciate every person who believed in what we were building.
This is such an immature, naive, fucking dumb video. If he truly understood the situation, if you're truly honest about the situation, he would apologize for sticking his neck out for something that was never gonna work. He's like too dumb to see what was clear to anybody who even appreciates or understands at a very basic level what skateboarding culture and what skateboarding branding is.
And honestly, it's heartbreaking, but it's out of our control at this point. I am super grateful and appreciative of the experiences, the community, the relationships. It was such an amazing, beautiful time, and it sucks to see it go out this way, but I just want to take the time and say thank you.
Fuck you, dude. I realize a lot of people are going to watch this and go, wow, dude, you really went hard at Luis. Was that completely necessary? And I know Luis has a lot of fans probably who are going to watch this. And to Luis's fans, I'd like to say, suck my balls. I would like to refer your attention back to this segment. As a YouTuber myself, I can tell you firsthand the best possible thing that can happen to a YouTuber is to be a victim. If you've been wronged in some way, and then you can make a YouTube video about it, and then everyone feels sorry for you, and there's infinite sympathy for the next 6 months, that is the strongest possible position. So I'd be real skeptical blindly believing YouTubers who were victimized. Understand that they have incredibly strong incentive to be as betrayed as possible. That was recorded July 2nd. Today, July 13th, Luis posted this.
Next Erase collection is set to release on the 18th of this month, and we'd love to make it available through skate shops this time around if possible. So if you could support us by tagging your local skate shop on this post and letting us know what area you're from, it would be a huge help. I've built a team that's going to help bring Erase into as many shops as possible. I need people to let their local shops know that there's an interest in Erased so they can open their doors to us. It'll be a process, but I am confident confident that it is possible with all the love and support that this brand has received. I hope we can make this happen together. Much love and thank you.
Hey, what happened to this?
I'm not looking for anything. I just wanted to share my side of the story and provide some clarity.
You hear me laughing in the recording there? The reason I'm laughing is because it isn't my first day on YouTube. So yes, in less than 2 weeks, we go from, I'm not asking for anything, I'm just telling the truth, to, hey guys, can I have something? And because he has successfully convinced everybody that he is some sort of wounded animal, he's really leaning into it with these emojis. The loving community will help me make money. I mean, listen to the way this obsequious worm panders to the people that watch him and asks them to do groundwork for him.
If you could support us by tagging your local skate shop on this post and letting us know what area you're from, it would be a huge help. I hope we can make this happen together. Much love and thank you.
I mean, this is really cool. This is like a group effort where we all put in some labor and then Luis makes money. I'm about to tag my local shop who, if they have any sense, will take the liberty of blocking me. Don't you think you've done enough to skate shops, Luis? Now you're kicking them while they're down. You've just allegedly flooded all these skate shops with unmovable Lakai product. A mere 2 weeks later, your grand plan is to parlay your victim status and incite your minions into harassing their local skate shop so that you can hopefully flood the market with more trash. I'm not calling Kingswell Los Feliz and asking them to stock a pair of jorts that say erased in Old English font on the ass. This belongs in Ross. Let's play the game within the game, and let's watch Dan Webb's.
Today we're going to be talking about what I would deem as an embarrassing week for the skateboarding scene. First off, we've got Lakai firing Louise Mora, firing the whole team. You could literally trace the Del Toro these days and still get fired from your shoe company that year. Also,
oh my god. Let me just repeat the top comment from the video and then pretend like I thought of it.
That are on stake now, one of the most toxic gambling companies,
oh,
not just
no.
in the US, but in the entire world.
Terrible news.
So much shady shit, it is unreal. And the fact that Niger and that are so willing to promote it to their audience, which, trust me, is going to be some kids, some ex-gambling addicts, some ex-drug addicts, vulnerable people.
Oh,
right?
no.
And they just feel it's fine just to take the bag and promote that.
This is horrible.
So we're going to get into that. But the first thing that we're going to talk about...
And no mention of Harry Kane's heroic back-to-back goals to save England from elimination in the round of 32 at the World Cup. Not even going to touch on that, just always with the negative.
Is Lakai. And the fact that they fired Louise, and honestly, no one could tell this story better than Louise himself.
Let's put Louise on, the guy who's lying probably a bunch, and then the guy who likes to believe lies. Let's do that.
And I got my 30-day notice in the beginning of June.
Skip.
For those of you that don't fully understand what's going on here, basically the whole team had been fired. I'm sure you got that bit, but not just that. The stock that they had that was to be sold to skate shops and direct to retailers that are going to sell the product to customers, they are now selling it for a cheaper price than what the skate shops could buy it from Lakai. And it's kind of hard for people to say, yeah, come to our skate shop and buy this shoe, even though you can get it for 15, 20, 30 bucks cheaper down the road in a retail store. So it's a tough one for skate.
You can go onto Shein.com right now and buy Vans. I'm not saying that that's a good thing or that what Lakai did is a good thing. All I'm pointing out is that during Luis's video and the coverage of Luis's video, people are like, can you believe that Lakai did this? It's like, yes, this is common practice. Skate shops are constantly getting face fucked by shoe brands. There's a lot of reasons you should support and be sympathetic to skate shops. This situation is not one of them. If you run a skate shop and you're purchasing a product that is simultaneously being sold to Walmart, you don't even understand what the purpose of a skate shop is. They're claiming on Lakai's website, they're saying they're moving warehouses. That's what they're saying. So if you're moving warehouses, then, you know, hypothetically, if that's even true, presumably they can't transport all of their inventory wherever they're moving to next. So what do we think that Lakai should do? Keep all the products at retail price and then like what? throw them away when they have to. Obviously, they're going to put the shit on sale. Think of this from the lens of what we're actually talking about here, which is Lakai only exists right now to attempt to turn a profit on a distressed asset. If you're a skate shop, I'm sorry. If you bought Lakai's, you guys are dumb. If you're Luis Mora and you convinced a skate shop to buy Lakai's, also dumb. If you paid retail price for Lakai's, you might as well be put down. The thing is, if you're a skate shop and you have Lakai's to sell, you're still going to sell them to the same audience of people who would have bought them before the Bye Bye Lakai sale, which is people who have no idea what the fuck is going on. Because if you had any idea what was going on, you wouldn't be buying Lakai. So to me, this is an entirely moot point.
Basically, even if the skate shops sell it at the same price they bought it for, meaning zero profit,
oh my God.
they're still higher price.
Are you serious? You guys know like Von Dutch, the guy that Von Dutch is named at? Von Dutch was a pseudonym of Kenneth Robert Howard, renowned 1960s motorcycle mechanic and artist, though he had no connection to the he left behind letters revealing he was a staunch white supremacist and Nazis who admired the Third Reich. He's wearing a Nazi sympathizer inspired brand, and then his t-shirt says Meowtilica. He just gets on camera for the 1000th time and is like, guys, I'm actually someone that people should listen to because I know what's going on. Yeah, you fucking clearly are a reliable narrator of reality.
The whole team is gone.
So you can see by the way that Dan Webbs is talking about this and all the comments are discussing this, which is basically they are all reiterating the idea that everyone on the team is now fired. And earlier on, I said that if you're in Luis's position, you have to be very particular about how you word these things because people do not pay attention to details. And I think Luis knows what he's doing. He's been kind of sneaky with how he described this.
I was also informed that our general manager, Ivan Moreno, the wholesale department, and the entire skate team would be removed at the end of the month. Every skater in the company has now been removed or is now in the process of trying to be removed from Lakai, but some people's contracts haven't ended yet.
What part of that do you think people's brains are going to retain?
The entire skate team would be removed at the end of the month.
And that's it. That's what people will remember.
The whole team is gone.
That is a coherent sentence, basically followed by contradictory word salad. Well, I have no doubt that all the skaters that are on Lakai currently will be fired at some point. That just seems like the natural trajectory of the company. At this point, it looks like many of, if not the majority of the people that ride for Lakai are still being paid to skate the shoes. These are all screenshots from today. Jocelyn just posted an edit 4 hours ago wearing Lakai shoes. He's got Lakai in his bio. Roman Haggard just tray flipped that double set downtown in Lakai's. This was posted yesterday. He doesn't have Lakai in his bio, but he doesn't have any sponsors in his bio. Bastian Salabanzi still has Lakai in his bio. It's possible that he just forgot to take it out, but you'd think you would do that. The only person that was on Lakai that I can see is currently no longer skating Lakai shoes is Gabriel Aguilar. Now, I know that's a little bit shaky, but it does actually line up with Lakai's website, which has Chris Joslin, Bastian Salabanzi, Roman Hager, and Yvonne Martinez, all of whom appear to still be skating Lakai shoes, which also aligns with the accounts that the Lakai page is currently following. Again, the important omission in that lineup is Gabriel, the only guy who we can confirm is skating different shoes. Now, if I have this correct, this paints a very, very different picture than the one that Luis was depicting.
Every skater in the company has now been removed or is now in the process of trying to be removed from Lakai, but some people's contracts haven't ended yet.
I was told the whole team would be removed at the end of the month, but some people's contracts haven't ended yet, is a pretty far cry from what looks to be the case based on the available evidence, which is that it appears as though the majority of the team is still wearing the shoes. Will they get fired any second now? It's possible. But when he recorded that video, this was not an accurate depiction of how the events would unfurl. Maybe Luis was misinformed. Maybe Luis communicated things in a way that maximized sympathy for him, which conveniently led into this erased project skate shop begging campaign he launched this morning. Who knows? I decided to consult skateboarding's leading pillar of journalistic integrity in Shredder News, who published 2 articles saying Ivan Martinez says goodbye to Lakai after Luis Mora got ... fired. And then another one that says Chris Joslin off Lakai as Luis Mora says skaters already cut or still being removed by month's end. So this is playing out exactly how I told you. Luis said something that was confusing, and then a bunch of people are reporting on the confusing thing that he said. Both of those links reroute to pages that confirm that those articles have been deleted, which makes me think, yeah, I mean, that was inaccurate reporting. And Shredder News, I mean, I don't think they give a single fuck whether what they report is accurate or not. And the fact that they've deleted something, I'm guessing Mark Roca or somebody at Lakai probably told them, hey, this is misinformation. This is not accurate. So while I can't prove explicitly that Luis Mora did all of this on purpose, I think it's highly suspicious, especially when you consider Luis is a comment responder, and he doesn't respond or correct any comments that play into this narrative that benefits him. Meanwhile, anybody being like, yo, when the shirt's dropping, G? He'll be like, oh, in 2 weeks' time. He's just letting all of this misinformation fester out there because it behooves him to do so. I know that if I said something like that and it turned out to be completely inaccurate, and I looked at what the narrative was,
The whole team is gone.
I would feel bad, and I would say, okay, guys, it seems like I've led you all down the wrong path here. So while Luis may have been fired and he may have been surprised that he was fired, I do not trust anything that he says in his video, and I think that everything that he's done after his dismissal has been very, very shady.
You've got the Roman Hager Street part, you've got a Bastian Salabanzi Street part that are probably all not going to see the light of day because all of them were in the Lakai shoes. They're pro models, by the way, that they had been given not even 6 months ago. Absolutely ridiculous that this has happened. So many people were getting back on board with Lakai. Luis was doing such a fantastic job to reshape the company. And it's just absolutely been a waste of time.
That's the other, these guys didn't even have pro models. They just remade old silhouettes and then wrote people's names on them. This is the same shoe. The Telford Low Chris Joslin, okay, it's a pink colorway. And then the Telford Low Roman Hager, who's not even a pro skater, so why is his name on the side of a shoe? And then they do the same. Well, this guy is Gabriel. Here's 2 Toyota RAV4s in different colors with different names on the side. There's still 2 Toyota RAV4s. I don't even want to talk about the apparel. This looks like you paid Claude to scan the hinge profiles of girls between 18 and 25, and then you take all of their top 5 most popular stick and pokes, and then you put them on a t-shirt that says Lakai. What the fuck does this have to do with Lakai? Just selling crap to morons. They did a rip and dip.
Luis was doing such a fantastic job to reshape the company.
People make these videos. No one's even been on the website.
What the hell? Oh no. Brother, no.
What even is this? Look at this non-binary ass garment. What the fuck? What do you wish to be? This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my fucking.
It's pretty dope. The sleeves are a bit short. Other than that, though, no complaints really. This is pretty much what I asked for.
I keep seeing Asmongold pop up on my phone, and he's always wearing this plaid rainbow polyester zip-up thing. Maybe it's a quarter zip. I have no idea. It looks like it's from Spirit Halloween. This is how I feel wearing the button-up corduroy hooded Lakai shirt, I guess you would call it. And I promise to only do streams and record YouTube videos from now on wearing this, my new uniform.
I'm going 160 down the 405 all night, say on XB. I'm playing GTA 5. I'm feeling shit like
Fuck you, Luis. This is war. That being said, I'm absolutely gobsmacked at this, disgusted, and I won't be wearing Lakai's anytime soon.
What amazing coverage, by the way, Dan Webbs. You really provided a lot of interest. Like, what did you talk about? Here's a little synopsis of what we've covered so far. The first section lasts 50 seconds, and that's an intro, and then where he repeats the top comment from Luis's video, pretends like it was his thought.
You could literally trace the El Toro these days and still get fired from your shoe company.
Then for 2 minutes plays the entirety of Luis Mora's video. After he plays the video, repeats every single thing that Luis says with zero skepticism or critical thought whatsoever, and then repeats the top comment from Luis's video again.
And the fact that Chris Jocelyn can trace up El Toro and still be thrown to the wayside.
And then says the skaters have pro models.
Which is incorrect.
Stake are now the proud sponsors of Chris Jocelyn, Naja, and a few others. So let's watch this video real quick.
What trick you gonna do?
I don't know. 3, 6. You gonna hit it? Are you gonna hit it? Go.
Dude,
What the
you gonna
fuck?
hit it? Are you gonna hit it?
Can you guys believe it?
Yes!
One of the best skateboarders of all time does not have enough bread in his bank account to refuse a gambling deal. Now, I have some personal experience with this. A similar gambling company actually reached out to me, and now I'm a fraction of the size of these guys, and they offered me over $100,000.
Okay, prove it, Dan. They offered me $100,000 and I said no. Aren't I so much better than everyone else? Dan Webbs has a TikTok page that gets views, so maybe he did get an offer from a gambling company. Because his branding is just like literally, I can't believe how disgusting and fucking horrible this situation is. This YouTuber is a disgusting little freak. He ruined his life at Swampfest. He's in no position to accept a gambling deal, of course, because the audience that he has accumulated would immediately turn on him. I don't know if he would or if he wouldn't otherwise. It's tricky to say. However, there is evidence to suggest that Dan Webbs might not be as saint-like as he purports himself to be. OnlyFans? Are we seriously advertising sex? What is that title? Skateboarders are dodgy, homophobic males? So these following screenshots are taken from Dan Webb's Instagram story. Thinking about teaching how to use social media as part of my business going forward. If anyone is interested in having me mentor them, I'll probably open 3 to 5 spots for either social media coaching / social media and skate coaching at the same time. It won't be cheap though, as I'll basically stick by your side until you're making good money yourself and ready to fly the nest. Okay, so off the bat, a lot of interesting stuff going on here. I'll have 3 to 5 spots open. Like, okay, people think if they introduce scarcity, then everyone's gonna turn their brain off and automatically throw fucking money at them. Next post. Just to clarify, guys, I'm not messing around with people who want to spend a few quid a month and half-ass it. Okay, so guys, if you're gonna give Dan Webbs your money, be advised, Dan Webbs, he's like the real deal, okay? You can't waste his time. I'm going to commit to changing your life. Okay, you fucking idiot. And the price will reflect that. Probably around 250 pounds to 2,000 pounds per month. Remember, a pound is worth more than $1. $250 to $2,000 per month, depending on how personalized you want it, how much time of mine you'll need. But like I said, 100% money back guarantee to anyone who takes it seriously and isn't happy. Okay, this sounds like an amazing deal. After having a ridiculous amount of people try and send me money based on yesterday's story, are you noticing a pattern here where he said, oh, this gambling company offered to pay me $100,000? I'm just going to gloss right over that with no proof. A ridiculous amount of people were saying, Dan, please, I want to send you 10,000 pounds immediately. This is the guy who is trying to sell you the secrets of the universe for 2,000 pounds a month. He's wearing socks with food on them. I'm not willing to accept it yet. Oh my God. But when I get this thing completed by next week, I'll open up a sales channel for you all so we can get started. Look at what he's working on here. Holy fuck. Become a content master. Tomorrow's mission is making a new website. Okay, dude. 1,499 pounds per month. Explode your business. Access to a private Discord with other creators and me personally. A DM chain with me personally to answer your questions and review videos for you. Bi-weekly said weekly phone calls to plan. Is this reminding you of Gary Vee at all? In-person training. I'll travel to you every 3 months and show your everything. And show your everything? What the fuck? Who's showing who everything? Access to my back. Oh, hell.
I was like, oh, hell no.
Access to my back end. Who's the nonce now? And if you're a larger business who are just wank at social media, this is probably what you'll need, as I can train your staff for you. Pretty much every course is a scam, but especially courses with extortionate price tags on them are always scams. Always scams. Because you have to think, if this person who's charging such a ludicrous sum of money per month, if that knowledge was anywhere near what they claim it to be, guess what? They wouldn't be doing a fucking course, because they'd have a business that was generating the millions and millions of dollars a year. And if you look at anybody who's making that kind of money, they're not doing courses, because why would they waste their time teaching some scrub how to do what they do when they can just do what they do? Imagine Elon Musk and Warren Buffett sitting around answering text messages and Discord chats with random noobs. I didn't even notice this until later, but if you look at the names of the tiers, they're so funny. $9.99 per month is entry level. Okay, what comes after entry level? Well, that would be the mid-level. And then after the mid-level, we have
the next level.
Yo, don't talk.
If that's the mid-level, then it means the next level has to be the final level. But no, after the next level, then there's the top level. Strangely, after the top level, which sort of implies it is the final level, you could not go any further upwards than the top. We have the to explode your business. For 1,499 pounds a month, Dan is offering to personally destroy your business. I've had a ridiculous amount of people try and send me money based on, no, you haven't. No one bought this shit. This is the highest level I'd recommend for creators. Okay, dude. I'm sure you would recommend people send you 450 pounds a month, you fucking idiot. And Ricky, actually, Rare Ricky W. I'm not trying to talk shit, but if Peak of Braille Cairo made a paid course of how to succeed on social media with $600 and 2K a month tiers, Webbs would have ripped it to shreds. I mean, this is a nice way of even putting it, outside of calling this guy a fucking criminal. This is something I'm genuinely passionate about, mate. Oh, I'm passionate about making money. So if I'm passionate about making money, it's not a cash grab, it's my passion. I've been making and preparing the content for months to see if I'd actually like it. Shut the fuck up. I then floated the idea on Instagram, to which many people said they wanted it. Show us. Show us, Dan Webbs. So I made it. Anyone that knows me in real life more appeals to information on people that don't exist. Aaron's just a fucking gimp, as you know. Well, have you ever considered, Dan Webbs, that you might be a fucking gimp as well? Let's go to his Patreon. Is he still keeping up with it? Because he had so many people, right? He had so many people who were hitting him up, begging him for his genius inside baseball knowledge of how to run a thriving business. Remember, there was such high demand that he said, I'll probably open 3 to 4 spots. Membership options. It would appear as though, unfortunately, Dan has experienced a minor correction here in his pricing. Highest tier now is roughly about 92% off. So needless to say, fucking buy it right now. Free escapism sticker pack. Oh, and you get 10% off for escapism skateboard stock. He's gonna give you a discount code to something that nobody wants. Look at this. Wow, dude. It would be worth sending you $50 a month to get a 10% discount code to this. I think this clearly proves the idea that all these people that were lining up to send him money were figments of his imagination. If you go check his latest post on Patreon, this post has 1 like. 1,500 pounds a month for his secrets. He's getting 1 like. So I just want to make sure I've got everything clear, right? You promise weekly Patreon exclusive videos on social media and running a business. However, your last post was a month ago. So am I to assume, because I don't imagine you to ever break your word, Dan Webbs, that must mean that nobody is paying $14.50 a month, because otherwise you're not holding up your end of the agreement. So of course I must assume that you don't have any $14.50 a month subscribers. But that's a little confusing, since it also seems to claim here that that is your most popular tier. I'm sure you know what comes next, Dan, and that would be a one-way ticket to the dungeon. You are no better than any of these people that you constantly attempt to publicly disgrace and humiliate.
I know that these companies are throwing around a lot of money, but seriously, let's just take one look at the comments and see the public perception of this. Get your payday, but damn, promoting gambling ain't the way. Chris Jocelyn, being a pro skateboarder.
Guys, he's doing his signature move where he reads the comments.
Opened up about his own struggles with addiction. Promoting a gambling app is by far one of the most tasteless, hypocritical things. Would you rather be known as the guy who chased the Del Toro or the guy who sold out to predatory online gambling? Now, I think it's safe to say that a lot of skateboarders in today's day and age have come from struggling backgrounds, and some of us are vulnerable people, right?
Oh my God.
Not completely mentally there. A lot of us have had addictions in the past or bad family life that have led us down this path of skateboarding. That has fixed us.
So do you see the way that this will be dramatized and twisted to be the most evil, irresponsible, selfish thing that anyone has ever fucking done, which is characterizing skateboarders, basically, is what he says, are these tortured individuals who are vulnerable and waiting to see an Instagram ad that will completely push them over the edge and ruin their fucking life. And obviously, I don't agree with promoting gambling. I've never even done an ad in my fucking life, but you can also have a realistic conversation about what's happening without sensationalizing everything to the maximum degree and trying to inflict the most scorning and damning coverage of this onto these guys who, you know, who did a fucking deal with stake.
Yeah, go gamble on stake. That could be the tipping point, the straw that broke the camel's back for someone getting back into that, and that could be on the head of Chris Jocelyn. But he's
covering this in this way is incredible to me, is just dishonest. If you turn on the television, if you've been watching the World Cup, you know that gambling is nonstop shoved down your throat 24/7. You literally cannot turn on the television without Rick Rubin or Timothy Chalamet or whoever the fuck doing a Kalshi or Poly Market advertisement.
Oh great, I just walked into the living room. Really? Jose Mourinho.
You see him? On the will get caught in the rain?
I am special one.
But he keeps the dog.
See what I say? I'm not getting T-Mobile either.
Even if during the commercial breaks, you close your eyes and then you mute the television and you stick your head between your legs and you wait for the game to go back on, they'll have rotating advertisements on the panels next to the pitch that will have gambling ads on them. It's everywhere. Every fucking website, even within skateboarding specifically, we know there are multiple examples of gambling already present. Even before, like, you know, Stake was even involved in shit, pro skaters were trying to scam their fans with NFTs. Yuto made an NFT. Nyjah made an NFT. Jagger Eaton made an NFT. I used to cover all of this shit on my YouTube channel like 5 fucking years ago. And everyone's acting like they can't believe that this would ever happen. Nyjah literally was shilling multiple shit coins on his Instagram. So Nyjah has been an unscrupulous, opportunistic shiller for as long as he's had access to an Instagram page. My point is not that I agree, again, with doing gambling deals. I think it's obscene and it lacks character. It's totally tasteless and fucking tacky. I mean, this is Tony Hawk doing a DraftKings ad read in 2023, and this is the only episode of Hawk versus Wolf I've ever fucking watched, a podcast that wasn't even making any money and he was doing gambling deals. It's so commonly, unfortunately, accepted right now, and for some reason legal. That is the thing, is that people will say yes and do deals if they are legal. And my point specifically about addressing Dan Webbs' straw man argument, which is, oh, this guy opens his Instagram and then he sees a Chris Jocelyn ad and that's what pushes him over the edge and ruins his life. Okay, fucking maybe possibly, but it's really unfair to put all of that onto Chris Joslin. You're that precious and vulnerable and waiting to be exploited. You wouldn't be able to do anything. You wouldn't be able to open any app. You wouldn't be able to watch any television channel. You wouldn't be able to listen to any podcast, any radio station. You might fucking have to close your eyes while you're driving down the freeway because you might see a billboard. It's every fucking where. It's everywhere. So until this gets overturned legislatively, which it should be, like, you cannot make that kind of argument because it's not born of reality. If there is a theme to this video, it is use your common sense and do not be a victim. Luis being like, I can't believe I got fucked over by private equity. I thought I was going to save Lakai. Kill me. We live in a fucking free-for-all right now where everything is legal and permissible for some reason. Tony Hawk doesn't care about you, as well media trained as he might be. He would sell you a fucking popsicle that killed you instantly if they offered him $10,000. Nigel doesn't care about you. Chris Joslin doesn't care about you. These people do not care about you. 7 months ago, like, we had games of stake. That's what they were calling this, games of stake, where they were gambling on these fucking games or whatever, which was probably just copying me and my genius KYSL. I should probably take a stake sponsorship and actually make some real money off of my great ideas. Louis Lopez, Jake Anderson, like, these guys are all, everyone says yes. What I'm saying is these guys are acting like this came out of the blue and it's just not realistic.
Now, as if Nigel's not been in the shit enough already, not only did he smash his head open, tell people not to wear helmets. And
okay, Nigel didn't tell anyone. He should sue you. Nigel told people to do whatever they want and he's going to do whatever he wants. In the same way that Nigel is telling people to not wear a helmet, you're also telling people not to wear a helmet because you don't wear a fucking helmet.
But now, he's in that same boat. Let's watch this video.
You just gotta go for it. I bet you got it. First tee. All right, right here. All right, let's play some poker. Are you gonna film it? You ready? Yeah. Did you even film it? Full house. You won. You win some, you lose some.
What the fuck?
What the fuck? He said the same thing again. What the fuck?
This is the biggest gimp shit Nigel has ever done, and that's saying something.
Shut the fuck up. Like, you don't get to talk this way when you're you. This guy is commenting on Nigel Houston's Instagram profile, calling him a gimp. A fucking gimp. Do you even know what a gimp is, Dan Webbs? Why are you writing gimp? Like, you're such a fucking scrub, dude. Like, you're less cool than the average person. And you're supposed to, and you're selling a $50 Patreon fucking thing on how to make skate videos. Look at your disgusting ear holes.
The area.
Your saggy ear holes.
Absolutely tragic.
Oh, another signature Dan Webb special where he reads the comments.
Oh, this is a good one.
Mikey Alfred, this comment section shows you why skaters always broke, lol.
I was on the fence before, but after seeing this, I'm 100% wearing a helmet from now on. These kind of collabs are why skate shops are closing all around the country, by the way.
What? I don't understand what that is even supposed to mean. What does this have to fucking do with anything? Yeah, here we go. I saw this on my YouTube and I thought this was pretty... Oh my God, no, not that. This? Nope, not that either. Okay, yeah, this popped up on my YouTube. I thought this was very fitting. This Longsword Pro fight, and it's sponsored by Steak. It's like, yeah, I mean, this is kind of where we are. That comparison was intended to be a joke, but the more I thought about it, the less of a joke it seemed like, because Street League has been sponsored by Steak since at least early 2025 and has been owned by UFC and Dana White since somewhere around 2022. The same dudes that own like Power Slap, which is just a complete freak show, kind of how they're treating us. Remember they used to do those street leagues in the UFC Apex arena where they built a skate park in such a small venue where it was intended to just house an octagon? Look at this little piece of shit. It looks like a professional tag arena. Who and what are we at this? Are we really much better than Longsword Duelists sponsored by Steak? I think not. I do agree with anybody who is a fan of Nigel's and Joslin's who wants to leave a comment saying I'm disappointed. Frankly, do I think it's going to make much of a difference? Honestly, not really. I think it's tacky and it sucks, but like even in the ad, you know, Nigel's wearing like a Thrasher shirt. He's wearing a Monster hat. He's wearing Nike shoes. We'll talk about Dylan Jabe in a second, but I think realistically, the only limiting factor in these pros accepting these sorts of deals is their long-term sponsors. If Nike says, we don't like the optics of this, or Monster says, we don't like the optics of this, but everybody's fine with it. Everybody says yes. And you can kind of understand why as well. When mainstream competitions in skateboarding, X Games is sponsored by fucking MoonPay. What the fuck is MoonPay? And then Street League, of course, is sponsored by Steak and Cup Noodles, Agua Azul Tequila, and Big Kona fucking Wave. And then before that, we had Weed Map sponsoring skateboarding. If we look at the history of pro skaters accepting predatory deals, they will say yes because they know they can get away with it. They know it's only a matter of time until, you know, everybody sort of forgets about it and moves on, and then they can, you know, lay low for a little bit and then accept another paycheck. That's just how it is. I've seen it time and time again. Like, I've lived through this where I was the guy giving these people shit and calling them out, and, you know, I made a big fucking fuss and deal and a song and dance about it, and then, you know, nobody even remembers all of this shit, and we're just repeating the cycle, and I'm standing here with my dick in my hand being like, well, can I really be expected to, you know, throw a bitch fit about a steak deal when everybody on earth is doing gambling deals? Like I said, it's at the World Cup, and everyone watching this will fucking forget in a couple years, and then I'll have to repeat the same thing. Like, I don't feel like participating in this fucking theatrical performance any longer. I expect this from Nyjah. I expect this from Jocelyn. Funnily enough, I actually was surprised to see Dylan Jabe in this because I watched his last video part and it appears as though he was going for a full rebrand, right? Leaving Primitive because he wanted to ride for a more hipster brand. And then he comes out with this kind of like half-cocked bullshit where I'm watching it. I know he can do better, and I get the feeling that he's holding back. And I know from talking to other people who talk to other people, real pros, veterans in the industry, they felt the same thing. Now, I said this on Twitch and I thought that the part was kind of shit. Somebody screen recorded my live stream and then put it on YouTube, and you would love to see these comments, right? Of people saying, oh, gifted hater in 2026, miserable, this guy fell off, he's actually hating on Dylan J, blah, 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 blah. Like, okay, looks like PSYOP successful on the average fucking skate viewer, because I can understand to a degree wanting to support the guy who's actually skating versus me who's sitting in a corner complaining about his skating. At the same time, I wasn't fucking wrong. And the reason that I know I'm not wrong is because now, after he's done this steak deal, people are commenting, oh, well, his last part was glorified mids anyway. And it's like, did you guys need a reason to be honest about his skateboarding? And that's why I am like annoyed by Dylan Jabe doing this, because he tried so fucking hard to convince us what an underground quasi-skater hipster he is by kickflip backlipping 3-stair handrails with a lens flare in the background. Perfectly filmed by Jacob Palumbo. Good job, Jacob Palumbo. But the standard of trick overall in that part wasn't there. An 8-minute montage of shit that's easy for you. Why the fuck are you trying to be like a Nike SB bot that dresses like a jewel thief with no logos, some blazers, a thermal with a blank vintage t-shirt on top of it, and a big fucking beanie doing 8,000 backsmiths? You are not Cyrus Bennett. You're from fucking San Diego, and you have way more tech skill than all those guys. Why pretend to be anything other than what you are? You're better. Your footage is only going to be watchable if you seek a path of sincerity instead of a path of conformity. There is no shame in being closer in skill to Shane O'Neill than some, again, fucking East Coast hipsters that you want to skate like. Be yourself, bro. And so this, I was like, why would you go through all of that effort? Why would the extent of the LARP only to shatter it in an instant doing a steak ad with Nyjah Houston? What the fuck is wrong with you? I will be ready to forgive Dylan Jabe for his crimes when he stops skating skating like a fucking poser. And I suggest you all do the same until he goes back to that little manual pad where he did fakie double flip and then pop out. Dylan, you need to fakie double flip out of that. I want double kickflip in, double kickflip out, because I know you can do it. Skate like Jamie Griffin. Skate like, do it rolling. The last thing I'll say about this bald-headed ass motherfucker with a beard now. Oh, you have a beard now? Okay, cool. Last thing I'll say about this guy is that I know how much you got paid for this, dude. And that's the number one defense of this shit is people like, well, you know, life-changing money would you say no? I know how much you got paid, and it's not even close to enough. Whatever you think he got paid to be in a steak ad, minus that by 10 times, and that's what he got. Yo, goofy ass sold out for free.